Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're plunging into a really captivating literary deep dive. We're drawing insights from Alison Espach's novel, The Wedding People.
Great book.
It really is. And our mission, basically, to explore how one woman's really personal journey through despair kind of collides with the chaos of a wedding.
Right, this unexpected world.
Exactly. And how that ultimately transforms her entire outlook on life. You're about to discover how this story, which is just packed with surprising characters and interactions, it gives us this shortcut, you know?
Yeah, shortcut to understanding some pretty raw stuff. Human emotion, resilience.
Totally.
And what's really fascinating here, I think, is how the author uses this setting that seems so ordinary, destination wedding.
Right, celebratory even.
Exactly. But she uses it to explore these extraordinary internal shifts. We're focusing on Phoebe. She shows up at this grand old hotel, the Cornwall Inn, with this one very specific, desperate mission to end her life. But instead, she gets pulled into the lives of these strangers. Vibrant lives, often pretty absurd lives.
Definitely absurd.
Which raises a big question for us, I think. Can connection, even with people you barely know, actually be a powerful catalyst for change? Like a real game changer.
Exactly. It's all about those aha moments, right? The ones that pop up when life just throws something completely unexpected at you.
Yeah.
So this deep dive, it's packed with these deeply human moments, some surprising insights, and it'll probably make you challenge your own definitions of like normal, weird, and what it really means to be alive and connected.
Yeah.
So picture this. You walk into this opulent Newport hotel. The book describes it like an old and stately dog.
Love that description.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ready for a big wedding. But our main character, Phoebe, she doesn't have any luggage. None.
Bags.
She's left everything, her husband, her home, her whole past, basically.
Wow.
And her purpose for being there. It's raw. It's blunt. She tells the bride herself, I'm here to kill myself.
Just like that. It's stark.
It really is. And what's striking is that immediate contrast, right? Her internal state versus this like fancy hotel all around her.
Absolutely. And that statement, that really stark declaration, it's the end point of so much personal devastation.
Yeah.
Phoebe's divorce, it just got finalized. And her husband, Matt, his parting words were just this casual, take care now.
Chillingly casual.
Right. And this comes after a decade-long marriage that was really haunted by fertility struggles. We learn about like 5 rounds of IVF.
5 rounds.
A non-viable pregnancy, a miscarriage. It left her feeling like her body had nothing to do with her anymore.
Such a profound loss of self.
Deeply tied to that unfulfilled dream. Yeah.
And then the marriage breakdown itself got even worse because Matt had an affair.
Right. And not just with anyone.
No, with Mia, her best friend from work.
Ugh. The double betrayal.
Exactly. And there's this almost like absurd detail the book gives us, the moment of betrayal at the photocopier.
Yeah, the paper jam.
Mia says paper jam, which was the same lame excuse Matt used for the affair. It's such a small thing, but it just perfectly shows how personal pain gets tangled up with the mundane.
It really does. And as if that wasn't enough.
There's more.
Just 2 days before she gets to the Cornwall Inn, her cat, Harry, died.
Ah, Harry.
She found him dead, and she just felt, quote, certain it was all over for her.
So it's this string of losses, profound losses, personal, domestic. It just strips away everything. She's at rock bottom.
Completely.
And she shows up at this super fancy hotel wearing this emerald silk dress. It's described as the only item in her closet she can honestly say she still loves.
Probably because it was the one thing she had never worn.
Right. And she's surrounded by all these wedding people in the lobby. She compares it to the movie The Birds.
Which is such an unsettling image. All these people, but feeling totally alone and threatened.
Exactly.
But what's fascinating, right, is how quickly she gets pulled out of that isolation, even while she's clinging to this grim plan.
Yeah, the encounters start almost immediately.
First, she just observes Leela, the bride-to-be. She's talking to her bridesmaid, who's nicknamed Neck Pillow.
Neck Pillow.
Yeah.
And they're talking about, the hotel's age, Kylie Jenner. And this shared idea they have that all people have one thing that makes them ugly.
Which is such a weirdly specific thing to bond over.
Totally. And Leela says hers is that her gums show too much when she smiles. But Phoebe, inside her head, she sees Leela drinking chocolate wine and thinks, the bride is good, a very good bride.
That's subtle, but it's something, isn't it? She's observing, engaging, even just internally.
It's a flicker, a tiny shift.
And then comes that really shocking moment we mentioned. Phoebe tells Leela straight up, I'm here to kill myself.
And Leela's reaction.
It's just so self-centered. Immediately, of course it does. This is my wedding. I've been planning this my entire life.
Followed by, please don't do this here.
Right. It sets up this core conflict, almost darkly comedic. This collision between wanting to end everything and this massive celebration of life. It really does. But that initial blunt exchange, what does it tell us about how connections can just spark in these really unexpected ways?
Well, maybe that raw honesty, even if it's met with self-absorption, can just cut through the noise sometimes.
Yeah, cut through the superficiality. And the hotel itself, it almost becomes this character, right? Filling Phoebe's world with more peculiar people who just keep pulling her in.
Oh, definitely. Like Pauline, the property manager.
The new one, yeah. Offering these quirky details like, do you want a coconut bellow or the Roaring Twenties room?
And Phoebe has this thought. Comparing Pauline's questions to what her husband Matt would have asked, she calls it a bad habit of hers, but it shows how that old life is still right there.
It's ingrained. And then there's Carlson.
Carlson, the serious guy in the burgundy suit.
Bringing like a drain stopper and a phone charger.
On a regal brass platter.
Yes. It just adds to this whole surreal vibe, which in a weird way maybe starts to normalize Phoebe's own internal chaos. Makes the outside match the inside a bit.
That's an interesting way to put it. And speaking of surreal, the hot tub scene.
Right. Her first interaction with Gary, the groom.
She is just unbelievably blunt again. First, telling him she's there to kill myself.
And then, like, almost immediately after.
You want to fuck you.
I mean, the whiplash. But Gary's reaction is what's so striking.
It really is. He's calm. Understanding, somehow. The book says he made what she said sound small and fixable.
Which must have been so disarming for her.
Totally. And then he shares this secret with her about being addicted to romance novels in college.
It's this exchange of unexpected vulnerability.
Yeah. And it's like this raw honesty, maybe because it's so unlikely, offers her a glimpse of a different kind of connection, something real, even in its strangeness.
Exactly. It's in these moments, these bizarrely intimate moments, that you see the seeds of connection really starting to sprout.
Uh-huh.
And as Phoebe gets drawn deeper into the wedding mess, we see Leela's family dysfunction just laid bare.
Oh boy, yes. It provides some really unexpected turns.
This family is like a masterclass in controlled chaos. Each person is a different flavor of life's absurdity.
Totally. You've got Uncle Jim, Gary's brother-in-law.
Found yelling on the floor, right?
Oh.
Let his ankle in the terrible floor.
Which is Italian marble.
Of course it is.
Then there's Marla, Gary's sister.
The lawyer, specializing in sexual harassment.
But wait for it.
She had an affair with a federal judge. The irony.
Right, and she's super strict about grammar. Correcting vacation in a cups to vacation in a cup.
It's such a small thing, but it says so much. Trying to impose order on this messy world.
And Patricia, Leela's mom.
Ah, Patricia. Prone to monologues, day drinking.
And completely unapologetic about commissioning that nude cubist painting of herself.
From William Withers.
Yeah.
To reclaim her body after her husband Henry died. Leela's mortified, of course.
Understandably. But this whole cast of characters, the author uses their eccentricities to kind of challenge our ideas of normal, right?
Yeah.
Mirroring Phoebe's own journey away from expectations.
Absolutely. And amidst all that chaos, Phoebe forms this really tender, quite insightful connection with Gary's daughter, Juice.
Juice. Yeah, with her virtual dog, Human Princess.
Who died of lung cancer. And Phoebe, surprisingly maybe, shows real empathy.
She asks the taboo question, how did Human Princess die? And she offers comfort. It's genuine.
And Juice responds with this incredible candidness, asking things like, Alberts are people too, or why do people care about their car? It's just a hunk of metal.
So pure, so direct.
These moments of just unvarnished connection, they start to chip away at Phoebe's despair, reminding her of these simple, basic human needs.
Definitely. And then there's a moment that feels almost physical, like her internal shift becoming external, the surfing lesson.
Ah, yes, with Gary.
They're struggling with the wetsuits. Phoebe says, surfing is pain, Gary.
Classic line.
But it quickly becomes more than that. It feels like a turning point.
How so?
Well, she has this realization. She thinks, it's just fun to try. It's fun when the goal is to just surf and not to feel happier.
Wow. That's deep. It's about the process, not the outcome.
Exactly. Radical acceptance, maybe, her actually swimming, riding the waves. It's like this new engagement with life. Finding joy in just trying.
That's a powerful point. It's a real emergence.
Yeah.
And what's really compelling, dramatically, is right when she starts finding this new sense of self.
The past shows up.
Her ex-husband, Matt, arrives unexpectedly.
Driven by worry, apparently. After her cryptic messages, and Bob, a colleague, got concerned.
And their confrontation is intense. Phoebe's anger is just right there. You abandoned me. You were such a coward.
You feel it.
But Matt offers apologies. And these surprising confessions, like his affair being an opportunity to be a father.
Oof.
And needing to feel alive again because he felt like he was vanishing. It forces Phoebe to deal with all the complexity of that past relationship right when she's trying to move on.
And what's fascinating is how conflicted she feels, right?
Yeah.
Matt gives her compliments, and they make her feel smaller than she has all week, yet she still feels this connection, this pull.
It's messy.
So messy. And it contrasts so sharply with the comfort and honesty she's starting to find with Gary. It just highlights how tangled our emotional ties can be.
Yeah, transformation isn't neat. That's not a straight line.
Not at all.
And just when you think the wedding weekend can't get any more chaotic.
The rehearsal dinner.
Oh, the rehearsal dinner. Some truly explosive revelations start coming out. Things really start to unravel.
It kicks off with Jim's speech, right? Gary's brother-in-law.
The best man speech.
Yeah.
And it's unexpected. He confesses he thought I was the one who was hitting on Leela before Gary even met her.
Whoa. Talk about awkward. Leela's visibly upset.
But Jim also says something really profound, pointing to Phoebe. Gary talks to you, Phoebe, the same way you talk to my sister Wendy, his deceased wife.
Implying this deep, real connection between Gary and Phoebe, beyond just, casual acquaintance.
It hangs in the air.
Yeah.
And the unraveling just continues from there. Leela starts confessing things to Phoebe.
Her true desires.
Yeah. She admits she often thinks about Jim, sexually, not Gary. She says, sometimes I want him so much I can't stand it.
Wow. And then the big one.
I don't love him, not the way I want to love.
Painful. And she even says she hates Gary, blaming him for her father's death.
Which is completely unfair, right?
Yeah.
It was lung cancer, not his specialization. It just shows how trapped she feels.
Yeah, she says something like, everyone tells me I can be anyone I want, but then when I do one thing they don't like, they act like I've ruined myself.
Such a stark picture of that pressure. Societal pressure versus what you actually want.
And then Gary drops his own bombshells on Phoebe.
Which totally shifts the landscape again. Reveals his own grief, his real motivations.
He talks about Wendy, his late wife, admits, I'm not sure happy is a feeling for me anymore.
So much grief still there. And he explains proposing to Leela, partly because she made him feel hopeful, and partly because Jim wanted to go to the art gallery where they sort of reconnected. It wasn't this grand romantic gesture, maybe.
Right. And then the real kicker.
His feelings for Phoebe. He tells her, I feel so drawn to you when I'm around you. I feel good. I feel honest. I feel like myself. Like maybe I understand what life is again.
That's huge.
Huge. And he admits he almost called off the wedding after that rehearsal dinner because of how he felt about her.
Talk about vulnerability and unexpected emotional connection.
Right. And just as all this internal drama is peaking, the external world keeps throwing in absurdities.
Like the wedding car incident?
The vandalism, yeah. The appendage in the tailpipe.
We'll just leave it at that. And the sex woman.
Oh my gosh, yes. At the bachelorette party with the presentation on pandomating.
Sometimes life really does just serve up these completely bizarre curveballs, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you wonder how the author comes up with these things that are so out there, but somehow feel weirdly true to the chaos of life. And those moments, as wild as they seem, they serve a purpose, right? They keep challenging Phoebe's old ideas of normal. It's like she's being hit with this different reality that forces her own shift.
Yeah, it breaks things open. So we finally get to the climax. The wedding day.
Wow, the wedding gets called off.
Dramatically. Leela refuses to get into the car. It's too ordinary. And she says I don't love him.
And Phoebe's right there. But instead of being the one who needs saving,
she's the one guiding Leela, telling her she can call it off, she can go somewhere I've never been, suggests Canada or Russia.
It's this incredible moment of empowerment for both of them, really.
Definitely. And with that, Phoebe really steps onto a new path. You see her embracing a new reality.
The self-acceptance starts to bloom.
Yeah. She tells Juice, I didn't have a mother either, and I'm okay. And the book notes, that statement feels true for the first time.
That's not just the line. That's integrating her past, accepting it.
And she makes this resolve. Stop doing all the same things that made her want to die.
Which leads to actual, tangible change.
A new job offer. as a winter keeper at a 19th century mansion.
Wow. Talk about a shift, literal and metaphorical, towards independence.
Totally. She'll even have a 19th century dog named Frank. It's this amazing symbol of building a new life on her own terms.
And it's a total break with old habits, like comprehensively.
She throws out the cigarettes, ignores the overpriced minibar.
Swaps Oreos for non-Oreos and thinks even not Oreos are so damn good. It's finding pleasure in the simple, different things.
And she starts reading Mrs. Dalloway again, a book she never finished. It feels like reclaiming her own mind, breaking those old patterns for good.
It really signifies an active break.
Her journey kind of comes full circle or maybe spirals up with Gary.
Back in the hot tub.
Back where it started, yeah. And they just acknowledge their connection, that shared honesty.
Gary tells her, it's classic you, which is such a confirmation of her unique self, right? The self she's found.
It really is. And they bond over appreciating medieval gutters that happen to be shaped like monsters. Gargoyles. It's like they're both comfortable with life's weirdness now. The strange, the beautiful, even the monstrous parts.
Yeah. And that ending. What's so powerful isn't that it's all tied up neatly.
No, not at all.
It's messy. It's open-ended. It embraces that weirdness. Phoebe leaves the hotel. She knows something huge just ended.
But she thinks this is a story that she will tell again and again for the rest of her life, and that one of these days she'll tell it as a beginning.
Right. Her transformation isn't this neat package. It's proof that huge shifts can come from chaos.
Yeah.
And that connection, even with strangers at a weird wedding.
Can be the catalyst, the thing that helps you reclaim your own story.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Phoebe's deep dive into this wedding, into herself. It shows us, I think, that even in the darkest times, there are these openings.
Yeah.
Opportunities for radical change, for surprising connections.
Yeah.
It's kind of a testament to the idea that sometimes maybe the only way to find yourself is to get completely lost in someone else's story first.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, Phoebe's journey isn't just about, not committing suicide. It's about reclaiming her agency.
Finding her voice.
Finding an authentic voice, yeah. And understanding that happiness. It's not some fixed state you achieve. It comes and goes, as the book suggests. Her deciding to be a winter keeper. It speaks volumes about embracing the unknown, finding purpose not in some grand achievement, but in the quiet, meaningful acts of just living and caring.
Yeah.
Which raises that question for all of us, maybe. What seemingly normal choices might be holding you back from life that's maybe profoundly weird, but also deeply fulfilling?
That's a great question. What stands out to you about Phoebe's transformation? For me, maybe it's realizing that life's most profound moments can bubble up from the most absurd situations, or the most painful ones.
Definitely.
It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? How many of us are living the story we think we're supposed to live?
Instead of the one that actually feels like our own.